Hi, welcome to the Conversation of Mass, where we converse about mass. Want to know something that isn't massive? Like, really isn't massive? Nanotechnology.
Caleb's brain.
No. But
I was
nanotechnology, they're like really, really small robots. About 1 to 100. Is it nanometers or nanometers?
yeah. It's definitely nanometers. If you say nanometers, that prison
But what
instantly.
if it was nanometers? I don't know. We need to ask physicist.
That's like
Richard.
saying thermometers instead of thermometers.
Maybe.
But
maybe
wait,
it is
no, but you say thermometer. Wouldn't it be nanometer?
Nanometers. Why is it so hard to say?
Nanometers. Because it's not meant to be said. That's why. It's not meant to be like a word that comes out of your mouth ever. Your lips aren't supposed to touch in that way.
Well, technically, it's not the word; it's the pronunciation. Because nanometers and nanometers are still the same thing.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
One
they
is
are.
like summoning a demon, and then the other is an interesting discovery of science. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
We need to ask who is physicist Richard Feynman, the father of nanotechnology. He would know whether it's nanometers or nanometers.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
if he says nanometers, he's just wrong.
Oh,
so I don't know if I can trust him.
Well, I don't know, Ryder. I feel like
he
it's
sounds like a pretty
nanometers.
sketchy guy. Are you sure he doesn't live in a backlot behind a Walmart?
I mean, this picture of him, he looks
like
kinda,
I bet he has a massive,
just
like undescribably large brain, but like he still could live behind a Walmart.
He does have a big forehead.
If he pronounces it like nanometers.
Or at least in this picture, it looks like he has a big forehead. So maybe he does have a big
forehead
brain.
Size only indicates mental strength.
Yeah, obviously.
Superior forehead equals superior brain.
Oh yes, that brain or that forehead is just extra space for the brain to grow and become.
Yeah, the forehead is just a
bigger
shield.
brain.
Like, I don't know what you're. Yeah, obviously. That's why, like, when you're bald too, it like opens up even more space because like your hair isn't taking up the space.
Yeah.
So the brain can just expand.
Yeah.
Into the air. Yeah.
Just becomes an even bigger brain. Yeah.
Bigger brain. As you take on more brain cells.
Yeah.
Clearly.
But okay, I have one question that I just can't get past, and that's if nanotechnology is made out of like the really small like nanites thing. Well.
But like, what is nanotechnology?
Okay, nanotechnology is defined as manipulation of matter on an atomic, molecular, or supramolecular scale. Isn't a Supra like a car of some sort? Wait, who designed the Supra?
Vroom vroom.
Toyota.
My mom's car.
Okay, that was random, but yeah, it's manipulation of matter on an atomic, molecular, or supramolecular scale, and supramolecular is just like molecules. It's like
it's basically just making really tiny things
like
that are meant to do a job,
but not.
And they can be used in medicines and like systems that manufacture things. There's several different ways to make them. Very confusing and high tech, like chemical vapor.
There's like
deposition and
no, Ryder, don't list them. But there's like seven different things of them. Like there's one that seems interesting, which is self-assembly. Does that mean you can
so
just,
nanotechnology
like for example,
can be made to make itself.
But like, what if you chucked like 2 pieces of bread, a can of peanut butter, and like I don't know, whatever else.
Wait,
jelly.
Caleb,
Does it
shut
just
up.
make a sandwich?
Peanut butter in a can. So you're telling me that your peanut butter comes in a metal can with a lid,
the plastic.
and that you have to open with a can opener. Peanut butter, Caleb.
What if peanut butter came in cans?
Canned peanut butter.
Oh, please
2 for 1.
Please tell me that's the thing. Canned peanut butter. That better be a thing somewhere.
I mean, it just has to be.
I don't think it's widespread, but it is a thing.
Oh, boiled peanuts in a can.
Oh my god, there's a $50 35-pound tub of bulk smooth peanut butter. It's in like a paint tub, basically.
Smooth peanut butter. I don't. Smooth is just such a nasty word to describe peanut butter. They should just call it like.
I feel like creamy is worse.
Oh, that's definitely worse.
Creamy is not.
I
a
wouldn't
word that
really
should be
think of
used for
peanut butter as smooth. I don't. There isn't any good describing word for peanut butter. Everything just makes it sound.
It shouldn't
icky.
be crunchy, that's for sure.
Crunchy peanut butter is a sin. It's one of the commandments. You shall not crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's like the ninth one or something.
But like, what if you were like eating just a regular peanut butter sandwich, and you go to bite into it, and it goes, like you just bit into a chip. Like, what if it like literally crunched?
Peanut butter.
If something
That's what
isn't
peanut
like
butter.
pure, well, I mean, technically it is purely solid, but like rigid, can it still crunch? Yeah.
Wait, what?
It has to. If something isn't like rigid, like a chip.
How do you define a crunch? First of all.
That I don't know, something that goes when you bite into it.
So you just made that sound, so therefore you crunched. So Caleb.
No, when you bite into it. I didn't bite into it. Here we go.
But
now, a loud muffled grinding sound made when crushing, moving over, or hitting something. Oh my god.
If the peanut butter makes noise when you slap it, it's crunchy.
Oh my god. The example sentence is Marco's fist struck Brian's nose with a crunch.
So violent.
Oh my god. That is not okay.
I don't know. Maybe he messed up. Maybe he was really mad. Like maybe he did something real bad to deserve that punch to the nose, Caleb. You don't know. You don't know the background.
I know, but that's...
So you shouldn't be talking. He might come for you next.
Okay, Marco, if you're listening to this, don't come for me.
I think he's already on his way, Caleb.
Well,
it's too late. He's listening.
I'll defend myself. I have... What do I have?
Just crunch his nose.
I have a foam sword that I know how to...
With a can of peanut butter.
And I just threw it. Okay. How did we go from super small technology to crunchy peanut butter?
Because you mentioned canned peanut butter.
Oh yeah,
it was two bread and canned peanut butter.
Oh yeah, self-assembly. So like if you threw like a jar of peanut butter and jelly and bread, it would just like make a sandwich, except like on a really really small scale. At least that's what I'm assuming.
But the no. What it means is like the bread would have to be nanotechnology. Like nanotechnology can come together with other nanotechnology to form something else.
Yeah, well,
you could make nanotechnology. You could make like a group of them self-assemble in order to build a structure that can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Can you? If you made food out of nanotech, I think they're called. Aren't they called nanites? When they're like really small robots. Yeah, nanorobotics. Yeah. But like, if you made food out of nanites, could you like eat it like normally, like food?
So like, how do you? I don't know.
Like if you made a pickle, like you made things go to make a pickle, and you bit into it. Would it be like a pickle or would it be like metal?
You'd have to get your nanotechnology to form like the chemical structure of the ingredients of a pickle. Wait, like what is a cucumber made out of? A cucumber is an organic substance, so it definitely has some carbon.
Taste bud. How do taste buds? Taste buds have very sensitive microscopic hairs called microvilli. Those tiny hairs send messages to the brain about how something tastes, if it's sweet, sour, bitter, or salty. You could program something to taste. Or to taste like something.
Yeah?
So you could take nanites and you could make macaroni and cheese by just making it.
Just building it out of nanites.
Yeah.
And then you form them in a way that your taste buds comprehend it to taste like mac and cheese, even though it's just nanites.
Yeah. That's weird.
Or you could get like nanites to self-assemble themselves into the shape of the food if the nanites are like made out of the chemical composition of the given food, like a cucumber, which consists of like water, vitamin C, and different acids and stuff. Like you could get them nanites that are each individually like consisting of one of these ingredients built up with the right ratios to form a cucumber.
Ryder, how was Larry the cucumber?
I don't know. He's still chilling. The vibes are strong.
Is he still doing good? Is he still doing fine?
He's gotten more yellow.
Yellow?
I don't know.
As in like the sun yellow?
Yeah, he's losing his green. He's just kind of yellow. But he looks exactly the same.
That's
and I'm very scared to open it. And the paper inside still looks the same.
Yeah, I don't think you should ever open that for safety.
I don't think I can ever open this.
America and surrounding countries.
Larry the Pickle must stay contained.
Larry the Pickle is in a double quarantine.
I mean, I don't really think he could leave the house anyways.
During quarantine. Speaking of which,
dangerous.
It's funny because quarantine has ended, but like the world is still basically shut down. It is summer. I haven't done like anything for summer. I should like go out and do something.
Just like go outside, just become the sun. Just look at the sun for a while. Be one with the sun.
Be one with the sun.
Fun in the sun with the sun. Those are useless anyways.
Is the right word?
You can just build them out of nanites. I'd say like fried, scorched.
Fried, that's a good word for it. Fried. Oh my god. I just remembered something.
What?
Where is it?
The fry. The stolen fries.
The stolen fries.
Potato
scrinklet. I will never let that go. That's where.
I mean, it
where
seems like you let
fries?
it go until I just reminded you of it.
Yeah, I know, but I have it somewhere. I have it somewhere on my computer.
You have it written somewhere. You'll have to check the archives of our episodes to figure out where you hid the secret message of potato sprinkles.
I could have sworn I made like a note somewhere on my computer.
Wasn't it one of your backgrounds that was supposed to come up, like one in every 10,000 backgrounds?
It was supposed to, but I never actually made it. I thought I actually just wrote it down in a notepad, but I guess not. Whatever, I won't forget.
Yeah, you would have forgotten. I shouldn't have reminded you. Now you'll hold the grudge forever.
Yep, I'm gonna go back to our previous episode, and I'm gonna figure out where I said that. It was sometime in December, and I'm gonna mark down the date of the sacred potato sprinkles.
You know what nanotechnology kind of reminds me of? I don't know why, but I'm getting a very strong hex bug.
Oh my god,
hex bugs. I can't stop thinking of like hex bugs when I imagine what one of these things would look like.
I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking of them either.
Hex bugs were so weird. They just kind of shimmied. They didn't move. They just vibrated enough to just bounce around.
But they only bounced in the direction that they were supposed to bounce.
Because their little tentacles were angled.
They didn't just vibrate in place. They vibrated forwards. Unless they were like made to not go
And they would bounce off of walls. These are truly like a groundbreaking technology.
Yeah, they're like nanotechnology, but not on the scale of nanometers.
Like there's so much, like, oh my gosh.
When were hex bugs made?
Has to, probably early 2000s or like 2000. Yeah, like 2007.
That sounds about right.
It was 2007.
Was it?
Yeah. And these things, there were some like the later models that could like go upside down through tubes because they had like top tentacles
yeah,
and bottom
2007.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Those are
weird.
so cool. And like Zuzu pets, do you remember those?
No, but those sound very familiar.
It's the weird hamsters with like the wheels.
Oh god,
there would always be
yeah.
like hair and dirt stuck in there. They were nasty and mangy and rabid.
That just reminds me of Furbies.
I just remember always getting my fingers caught in these things. These stupid little
creepy
hamsters that are. It's literally hex bugs, but worse.
What
a loser in Zuzu pets. Like, come on, just get it together, man.
I could have sworn there was. Yeah, I remember the horror game based off those Furby robot things. Those things were
Furbies are just
those
terrifying.
things were creepy.
I never really had one, so I don't have like a connection. But,
I never had it, but just simply seeing like a picture of one is just like that's a no. That needs to not.
I agree.
But yeah, there was this game called Tattletale, and apparently it was like initial release date was December 28th of 2016, and it was about like this little kid getting a Furby or something for Christmas, but it was like haunted or something.
Haunted Furby.
And you found out that like the Furby and other Furbies were like, I remember one of the times when you went into the basement, they were like all around a pentagram, like a cult, with like
demon Furbies
with the candles
summoning
and the
Satan.
whole ordeal. I mean, those definitely seem like the right thing to create a horror game from. Cause like
they sure do.
They're so small, but yet, like they hurt your soul when you look into them. When you look into
you know what
eyes.
else is so small? Nanotechnology.
That is, I mean, you're not wrong. They're on the scale from 1 to 100 nanometers. Oh,
Is there anything similar to nanotechnology? Like, is there?
I mean, probably. But I remember. I remember one thing. What was the Claytronics? That's what it was. Claytronics is basically nanotechnology, except like
made out of dirt and clay.
No, it was wait, let me see if I can find the definition of it. Claytronics is an abstract future concept that combines nanoscale robotics and computer science to create individual nanometer-scale computers called claytronic atoms or catons, which can interact with each other to form tangible 3D objects that a user can interact with.
So it's basically like the whole concept of self-assembly, except that's their main purpose.
It's basically Transformers.
It's basically that clay monster from Batman. What was that guy?
Oh my god. I know who you're talking about. I played as him in Lego Batman one time. Oh god.
He was always kind of scary. He was kind of creepy.
Lego Batman. Yes.
Clayface, that's who it was.
Yeah, Clayface. That's what it was. Okay. Bro, did you ever play like the Lego like Star Wars or Batman or
I played the Batman math and multiplication game on the Leapfrog.
Bro, the Leapfrog. I forgot that thing existed. That was like years ago.
It's the original video game.
Oh my god. Founded in 1994. Leapfrog Company. Oh my
Those games seemed so fun back then, but when I look at it, it's just... how did I ever play that? They're just like...
Oh my god. That's like a... That's a blast from the past. Oh my... Like... I remember one game that I had where it was some sort of Wall-E game.
Yes, Wall-E!
But
with all the little mini games?
Yeah! Oh
yeah.
my god.
And you could like collect the different trophies and stuff, like the boot with the plant.
Yeah.
That game was such a jam. I loved that game.
Yeah, I remember one of the games where you'd go around and like, you know those robots in WALL-E on the ship, and you'd go around like destroying them because they were coming after you. You're just like, nope, I'm
I
gonna
remember
go
one
on
that
my
was
way.
like Tetris too, where you just like stack trash blocks.
I never had a. Oh, in WALL-E, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
And there's a Constellation one.
Yeah, I remember the Constellation one.
That's all I remember though.
What else did I have? I think I had a Cars game.
I don't know what else I had.
I bet I could still find it if I went downstairs. I think it's still buried somewhere in a
Mine is
random
long
code.
gone.
Unless it was already given away. But like
Next episode, gaming on the Leapfrog.
No, it would be gaming on the Leapster. Leapfrog is the company. Leapster was the actual.
Oh yeah. The actual like
device.
handheld.
Yeah, that was
I'll have to see.
That was like the Nintendo Switch of 2000, when you were like.
It literally
5
was.
years old.
Nintendo Switch is just copying.
Yeah,
What a
Nintendo
joke.
Switch is obviously just copying the 2000 Leapster device.
Clearly.
Clearly.
They should be sued for this.
Yep, Leapster, get on it now. You can sue them. You'll get plenty of money from the lawsuit. Definitely. Don't think you won't lose. You'll definitely win, without a doubt.
They're a strong fighter. I believe in them.
Yeah. Wait, what if? Wait, how much of your thoughts, or how many thoughts of all of them that you have, how many of them get stored in like long-term subconscious storage before being 100% completely forgotten?
How would I know? Mine have already been erased.
Because like because I was just thinking like, what if you could use like the Claytronics thing to make like anything that you think of, but then what if it would go through and it would create like things that you didn't even know you ever thought of?
No.
But then it like
That's
dug into your brain.
too brain.
It was like
Too much brain required to process that.
But like, what if it was able to like bring back like hardcore nostalgia?
I don't think you can have nostalgia for things you don't remember.
See, but that's the thing.
If it's completely erased, you won't remember it at all.
It's not completely erased. Like that Leapster, that was in my long-term subconscious storage. Because I didn't forget that, but as soon as one of us started talking about that, whatever it was, I remembered it, and like things kept flowing in, neurons kept firing.
Isn't it weird how sometimes when you think of like a certain thing, instead of remembering the thing, you remember a memory of the thing?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Like, I remember, like, instead of remembering the time something happened, I remember somebody telling me about the time that the thing happened.
Yeah. Can you ever
if it's something I vaguely remember.
Can you ever think of merely the object of something that you have previously had an experience with? Like, can you think of just a tree? Or does your mind not let you, and instead it picks out a time where, like, you went and climbed a tree or something?
When I think of a tree, it's always a tree I've seen. You can't think of a tree you haven't seen before.
Or you think of, like, an incredibly generic tree that's based off a tree that you've seen. You just don't realize it.
When I think tree, I think, like, just a tree in my yard. If I'm at home, and if I'm at school, I just think of, like, a tree in the forest on a trail that I've ran.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it enough, you can make a tree in your mind, but the first one you think of is always, like, the last activity you've done.
I think the reason why you can't think of something like that is because your mind doesn't have the brain power to comprehend, like, every single leaf and physics mechanics of those leaves. and branches and everything to create a fully functioning tree brain. It has to pick a memory
Brain tree.
in order to I don't know the word for it. To make it thinkable. My brain stopped working there.
My brain is fried. My brain is crunched right now.
Oh man, I just had a thought and I completely forgot it, and it made me sad.
It left and went to your long-term memory. Oh, it came back out.
How do you think?
Good. I don't know, Caleb. How do you think? I wonder. Let's find out. Type it into Google. Whoa. How do you think? How do you think? How do you think?
What's the difference between how do you think and what do you think? That's not what I want. I want how do you think. How do we
brain
think?
chemicals.
Wonderopolis.
How do you think? How do you think?
Okay, that's telling me to like close my eyes and follow instructions for a few minutes. No, I just want to know how do you think.
How do you think? How do you think? How do you think?
Have you ever...
I cannot sleep until how do you think?
Oh, did you know that lizards basically can't how do you think? Like lizards, like...
They have tiny brain?
No, they literally just don't have the brain mechanics in order to like...
To how do you think?
The only brain mechanics they have makes them so that they like, you know, they hunt for their food and protect and stuff, but they don't have like the brain capacity to how do you think. Lizards,
what if we don't have...
What?
What if like we don't have the brain capacity to do something that is not... This is very hard to explain.
Yeah,
like, what if
it is. Apparently.
In our brains, like we wouldn't know, but there might be something that our brain can't do that we don't know because our brain does not have the capacity to know that we're not even doing it.
Yeah.
Like, what if there's something above thinking that you can't do with your brain, but we'll never know because our brain cannot how do you think enough to think of the thing that our brain cannot do.
I don't think it's not that we'll never be able to do it. I think it's that we can't do it now, and we won't be able to do it for a very long time due to the fact that evolution moves very slowly.
Has not allowed us to do more than how do you think.
Because, like, for example, you know how, like, I need to fact this real quick, or fact check it. Do we use 100% of brain?
Half the brain is useless meat.
Well, okay. Well, apparently we already use it, but like, because it's possible that part of our brain just simply isn't being used to its full capacity. But like, what if we couldn't think at full capacity because it would literally kill us? Because like, you know how cheetahs can run insanely fast?
And then break their kneecaps?
No, they will literally... Wait, I need to figure out what this actually is. Run full speed. Wait. Yeah. A cheetah can reach a top speed around 70 miles per hour in about 4 seconds. Okay. But basically, I remember what it is, but basically cheetahs can't run at full speed for more than a few seconds because they will like literally fry themselves. They will accidentally kill themselves from working too hard.
Yeah, maybe our brain's just trying to keep it alive and it won't let us think at our full capacity because it would just cook.
It would.
Brain will overheat.
We would make like brain soup or like brain toast. I guess soup isn't really
toasty
fried.
Toasty brain.
But like, what?
Speaking of toasty brain, my brain is also toasty.
Yeah, ever since the whole quarantine kicked in, my brain just like hasn't worked. I haven't gone to school since like February.
November.
Well, I mean, yes, technically November as well.
It's been like at least 10 days.
Because like, I think the last day that I was in school was like either March 3rd or 4th. Because then I went on vacation for 10 days because my brother's schedule and I was different, but whatever.
Whack as crack.
But then it's literally the day after we got back, we were taking like a rest day because we got back like really late at night. And then quarantine kicked in. And
yeah.
We literally all got stuck at home. So I haven't seen another person at school since like
November.
February.
Literally since November.
Like something with November or something?
Time is broken. November's just a cool month. I don't know.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the first month that came to my head because the first month was in my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Time is a foreign concept of right now.
Brain will not learn to comprehend. Brain will not how to think.
The brain do not how to think. What causes you to be thinking of something and suddenly just not? How does
you know
your
what
brain
I'm
go
thinking
from
of?
how do think to how do not?
I think my brain goes to how do not think when it cannot think. Speaking of not thinking, I think it might be time to stop thinking and wrap up this episode. My brain has been used far too much.
Yeah. After all this time, we need to warm our brains up, get them back in the conversation of mass mood. Well,
so think mass.
How,
think mass some more. Eat jarred peanut butter and think mass.
No, eat a
Have
can.
a good day, night, morning. Car, can, jar, peanut butter.
Think mass.